I remember those selections back in the day. But I'm going to bring our guest on a few minutes earlier today, and I want to introduce to some, present to others. Mr. Mostafa, he's a PhD, and so we just want to give you an overview as to the reason why he's here and his mission that he is pursuing in life. And so I'm going to introduce to some, present to others, and let him come on and, introduce himself to the J.D. Hill Show and to the audience this morning. Mr. Mostafa, good morning to you, Dr. Mostafa. I'm doing great.
Thank you
doing
very
great.
much for having me.
Yes, sir. And so we are not going to prolong. We're going to cut through the chase, and I'm going to turn it over to you, and just to get this insight of information for the audience out there. And audience, if you would like to call in, you're welcome to call in once he share information with us. It's all yours.
My name is Dr. Mostafa Hefny. I'm an Egyptian Nubian and a naturalized U.S. citizen. I'm a black man, like you see, but I'm classified as white by the U.S. government. I was a school teacher with Wayne County, RISA, in Wayne, Michigan for 13 years. And I have been fighting to to be reclassified as a black person for the past 28 years. I have, Wayne County, RISA has inflicted major injustice on me. I was fired 5 times, lost my career, lost my health, lost everything because I said that I am black, and I'm coming to that later on. But anyway, I am a black man. I'm classified as white by the U.S. government, and this is how it started. When I got my citizenship in 1985, I had to go for an interview, and I had to take a test in English language and government. I took the test and I passed. And then the white interviewer told me, congratulations, you are now a U.S. citizen and you are now white. Whenever you get a form asking you to indicate your race, say that you're white. I said, but I have been black my entire life. He said, doesn't make any difference. You are now a white man. I didn't pay much attention to it, but later on it turned out to be a serious thing. A serious thing. Because at my place of employment, Wayne County, RISA, I indicated on my records that I'm a black person. On my employment records that I'm a black person. The director of human resources sent me a letter telling me that I am white, not black, and threatening me that my education career would be ruined if I did not change my racial classification on this form from black to white. Okay? A few days later, Initial S is one of the top administrators at Wayne County, RISA, and he's one of the most powerful men in Michigan due to his high-level connections at the state and the federal levels. He called me into his office and told me, if you ever say that you're black again, no one will hire you, and if hired, you will be running from one job to the other for the rest of your life. Okay? Because I'm proud of being black, I kept saying that I am black. And I was fired 5 times. First of all, they did not fire me, but they denied me promotions twice. My supervisor didn't have a master's, and I was finishing my PhD. And they kept telling me, go to Florida, there is a principal position open. Go to Alaska, there is a consultant position open. I was denied promotions twice. I was persecuted. I was ridiculed. I was called nigger. And I left on Social Security psychiatric disability that lasted 10 years. When I recovered and went back to the workforce, I was fired 5 times. They followed up on their threats, and I was fired 5 times. Okay? All the doctors who treated me stated in their medical reports that my injury was work-related. All of them said that. I sent Congressman Conyers 5 letters asking him to introduce a bill in Congress to include the Egyptian Nubians in the definition of black person found in Directive number 15 of the Office of Management and Budget. He did not respond to any of my letters. When I called his office to follow up, his staff told me that he's too busy to do that. I wrote a letter to President Obama, a certified letter to President Obama, describing my ordeal and asking him to grant me the black classification. And President Obama did not respond. I had over 100 African American pastors write to Congressman Conyers asking him to hand deliver my letter to the president. He refused to do so. And then in 2012, 2013, I had 6 African American pastors and civil rights leaders write to Congressman Conyers asking him to introduce a bill in Congress to include the Egyptian Nubians in the definition of black person. He refused to do so, and he did not respond to any of them. He did not even respond to any of their letters. All these letters, and he did not respond. But anyway, right now, because of Congressman Conyers' behavior, I decided to take my case to the American people directly and to the UN. In 2013, I filed a complaint with the UN Office of Human Rights, Office of Indigenous Peoples, asking them to help me get reclassified as a black person. A 10-page letter. The UN Office of Human Rights, Office of Indigenous Peoples appointed Mr. James Anaya to handle my complaint, which is still pending. Congressman Conyers is responsible for the bad publicity the Democrats are going to get before the presidential elections because of this complaint to the United Nations. This is number one. Number two, there are at least 1,000 Egyptian Nubians in Washington, D.C. alone. In Washington, D.C. alone, 1,000 Egyptian Nubians. I'm in contact with many of them, and I'm organizing them so that they would file a class action lawsuit against the U.S. government to get reclassified as blacks instead of whites. None of them wants to be white. None of them. All of them are proud of being black. All of them. And I'm organizing them right now. And I'm going to pick a powerful attorney to represent them. Someone like Jeffrey Feiger to represent them. And I'm also trying to identify the Nubians in other states. So this lawsuit will be nationwide, not just Washington, D.C., nationwide. Congressman Conyers, again, is responsible for the bad publicity that the Democrats are going to get before the presidential elections because of this class action lawsuit against the U.S. government.
Let me just add it here. If you're out there this morning, and I want to make sure that his message is not distorted, look like I'm getting a little feedback. I don't know whether our volume is up too loud or what. I want to make sure that the information get out, and also if anyone has knowledge as to what he's talking about, referring to, you can call on in. I think this is something that, we are not here. We want to make sure that here at WHPR we are not here to use this segment as an ambush against the Congressman John Conyers. But if you allege that you have written 5 letters, have you had an opportunity to talk to the Congressman directly?
Yes, I have.
And what was his
I met
position?
him. I spoke with a powerful pastor by the name of Pastor Jerry Massey, the Reverend Dr. Jerry Massey.
Could you hold on just a second? And I want to make sure that our calls are getting out. Caller, talk to us real quickly. Are we vocal? Are we coming through okay?
Yes, I can hear you, JD here.
Okay, well, could you just hold on then and let him finish, and then you can call me back? Is that okay?
Okay, I can't hold on. No, will I lose my place in line?
No, I'm saying that once he finished, you call back in, and I'll make sure that you get in and you can talk to him. Is that okay? I just want to make sure
Okay.
that we are getting the information out and we are not being distorted. Okay?
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, my friend. You've had the opportunity to talk to the congressman.
Yes.
I
spoke with Pastor Jerry Massey, Reverend Dr. Jerry Massey, and Reverend Massey formed a coalition of 30 churches, and he wrote a letter to Congressman Conyers requesting a meeting regarding this issue.
Okay.
Congressman Conyers met with me and Dr. Jerry Massey, and he said he will do it. And then later on, he said that he's busy. I want to add something very important. I'm not ashamed of my psychiatric disability. and I consider it a medal of honor because I sustained it during the struggle to help my people.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of it.
Right. Now, when you got approximately how many Nubians in Washington?
1,000 at least.
1,000 at least. And are they in agreement with you?
Absolutely.
Now, are they classified that
As white.
As white.
Yes. Yes.
And what is the impression that you get? Have you talked to any of your white congressmen or senators, and you go in there because your hue and my color is basically the same,
Correct.
and there would be no way that they would classify me as
Correct.
being white.
Correct.
And so is it because maybe of your educational level?
No, I'll tell you what, the bottom line is the white man wants to steal the ancient Egyptian civilization and the Nubian civilization.
Okay.
The white man has already stolen the ancient Egyptian civilization, and he's in the process of stealing the Nubian civilization as well.
Right. That sort of amplifies through the speaker, so when you do like that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yes, sir. Okay. Go ahead.
At least 4 white scholars have stated that ancient Egyptians and Nubians are white.
Okay.
These 4 scholars are Seligman, Sergi, Elliot Smith, and Kuhn.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to steal the Nubian civilization as well as the ancient Egyptian civilization.
Mm-hmm.
There are many scholars, black and white, who said that the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians are black.
Mm-hmm.
Budge in I think 1925 said that the ancient Egyptians are white. I documented everything in my PhD dissertation. I documented all this debate over the race of ancient Egyptians in my PhD dissertation. And if you want to buy a copy of it, you can go to University Microfilm International and buy a copy for about $30.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
They want to steal. So the government is helping these racist scholars, racist white scholars, by classifying ancient Egyptians, by classifying Nubians as white. They're helping the claim of these white scholars. This is the bottom line. The government is helping these white scholars who claim that the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians are white to steal their civilizations by classifying ancient Egypt, by classifying Nubians as whites.
So I'm picking up, they just don't want anybody. They just don't want any black. But when you talk about the scholars, that somewhat give another definition as to if you're a scholar, then you have all of this knowledge. So if I'm white, and I'm just using this as an example, I want to bring you in and be a part of my race because I know exactly what you can do for me.
Yes.
And so why would, if I put you there with the black race, with the knowledge that you know, with your history, there is a possibility that the blacks that's not knowledgeable of the Nubians and what they are about, because the blacks are the originals according to, the information that we have received.
Correct.
And this is something that I just find, man, is appalling.
Yes. I'm going to tell you how this all started.
And let me just say, if there are, and please, we want you to know here at WHBR, if there are whites that's listening to this program, the call-in numbers are 868-0342, 868-0351, and 868-4336. If you would like to offer a rebuttal, it's not something that we are using just the program to try to ambush you. And we want you to know that the opinions and the views that's expressed by Dr. Mostafa here on the J.D. Hill Show is not the views and opinions of WHPR TV 33. We are just trying to get some information out, and maybe you can take it and you can dissect it and research it, and it would be beneficial to you. Go ahead, Doctor. Okay.
I have to go back 300 years. I'm going to go back 300 years.
Mm-hmm.
The ideology of white supremacy and black inferiority originated in the last quarter of the 17th century.
Okay.
To justify the enslavement and the brutal treatment of black people on the plantations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The white enslavers wanted to reconcile this with their Christianity, reconcile what they are doing with their Christianity, to justify what they are doing,
With
to
their
find a
Christianity?
justification. Yes,
With their
with
Christianity.
faith, Christian faith.
Yeah, the faith. Okay.
So they had to dehumanize the Africans.
Okay.
Dehumanize them. Once they are dehumanized, there will be no guilt
Okay.
on their behalf.
Okay.
And
hold on just a minute. Dehumanize them from what?
they make them less than humans.
Okay.
And this is what they did.
Okay.
There are two versions of the ideology of white supremacy and black inferiority, a hard version and a soft version. The hard version was prevalent in the 17th century, 18th century, and the 19th century. The soft version is prevalent in the 20th century and the 21st century, up to now. The hard version claimed that the black people did not have a soul.
Okay.
And that they had a tail, and they were one link above the apes.
Okay.
The soft version claims that black people are intellectually and culturally and morally inferior than whites.
Okay.
When they developed this ideology, they had a dilemma. They had a contradiction. The ancient Roman and Greek scholars stated in their books that the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians are blacks. Tatius, Apollodorus, Strabo, Diodorus of Sicily, all of them stated that the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians are black. So how come we are saying now blacks are inferior? So they had to rewrite history and whiten the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians. And as well, they whitened the Ethiopians. So during this period of time, you find a lot of literature saying that the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians and the Ethiopians are white. And the government is doing the same thing, saying that the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians are white. The Egyptian Nubians are white. I'm sorry.
Do you somewhat feel that due to the decline of the white population, that there's an outreach trying to bring other races, other nationalities into the conformity of whites, so that they would still exemplify the majority.
Correct. You're right.
And then in the process of it all, they just don't want anybody. They want the scholars. When you go to Egypt and the Nubians, do you find that they are more educated, more inclined? They are in their research, their capabilities. What about the educational system there?
The education system is British system because we were a British colony for 82 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The Nubians are educated, and they are rising up right now, and they have a problem with the Egyptian government.
Okay.
Because of their nationalism. They feel that they are black Africans.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, regarding the point that you raised, it's an excellent point, that the white race is concerned about their dwindling population, dwindling numbers, and they're trying to add other races and other groups to their numbers. You're right. You're right about that. But when it comes to ancient Egyptians and Nubians, that's a different situation.
Okay.
It's the civilization thing. They were trying to steal the Nubian civilization. This is the bottom line.
And so, in stealing it, they were able to, as they did with the blacks, to first of all, in order to change a person over, you got to change that mindset. You got to change that culture. If they can wipe, for instance, you out that already know, your offsprings that's coming on, if they can influence them by way of their education, like we was talking about B.B. King, if nobody continue on this legacy and let them know how he came, then all of a sudden here come another people, and then we'll say 50 years from now, step on stage after we are all gone, and claim fame to B.B. King. So even using that as an example, after you are gone off the scene, if you don't protect your domain, then there's always that possibility that they can transition and transform another people, your people, into the likeness and the image they want them to portray throughout life.
Correct.
And they can adopt a mindset, even with blacks, with African Americans, that they are superior.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. I want to add that I have been fighting just to be able to say that I'm black. I have been fighting for the past 28 years.
28 years.
28 years. I have lost my house. I have lost my professional career because of Wayne County RISA. I have lost my car. I filed for bankruptcy. All of this, and I did not give up. And I will not give up because it's a matter of principle to me. I am willing to lay down my life for these two causes. The cause of black racial pride, for these two black causes. The cause of black racial pride and the cause of restoring the Nubian civilization to the black race. I will tell you why I'm proud of being black. And I wrote this to President Obama.
Okay.
In my letter to President Obama and to the United Nations. Research shows that humanity originated in Africa. Research shows that the black race is the oldest race and that the white race is the youngest. Research shows that all races have evolved from the black race through mutation, gene flow, genetic drift, and recombination. Research shows that civilization originated in Africa. Research shows that the knowledge of black people of ancient Egypt has influenced and has provided the foundation for all subsequent human knowledge. As a black man, as an African, I am proud of this heritage. My black pride is a problem to Wayne County RISA, but it should not be a problem to the U.S. government.
Now, when you keep adding that Wayne County to RISA, what are you referring to?
This Wayne County RISA is the intermediate school district between the state level and the local level in Wayne County.
Okay.
In every county there is an intermediate school district.
Okay.
And I was working for the Wayne County one.
Okay.
It's called Wayne County Regional Education Service Agency. It's even though that Wayne County RISA provides support and consultant services to all of Wayne County, which is 30% blacks. The superintendent was white. The 4 associate superintendents were white, and 95% of the consultants and the administrators were white. This shows you that there was a strong anti-black feeling in this agency.
Is there a deep-seated hostility, a hatred from you in you regarding the Caucasian race?
No.
Yeah, this is what.
Many of my friends are white.
Yeah.
Many of my friends are white. I don't have any hatred for any race whatsoever, but I am proud of my own.
Right.
I am proud of my own. We have contributed. We have contributed to humanity.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that. This is my heritage.
Well, that's what I was trying to get to, because in order for you to pursue, in order for you to continue to move on to a higher conscious level, you cannot let hatred destroy that, because it puts you in a bind.
Correct.
And so I'm glad that you are able, as a PhD, as a scholar, and as you're talking to the world out there today, people all over California, Georgia, everywhere, you are talking to them, and this is something that we must look at. If you really want to move to a higher plateau, you got to rise above it.
You're right. You're absolutely
because
right.
There are what we consider to be good whites.
Absolutely.
That will help you.
Absolutely.
When you talk about congressmen and you haven't heard from President Obama, I understand that you also had a letter to First Lady Michelle Obama.
Correct.
And
she did not respond.
She did not respond. Have you really sometime? And I want to use this somewhat in context. Sometimes you have to take us to the slave master in order to get some means of reparations, or some means of consideration. I don't like, but I'm here in America, and my friend, I've had to do that. I've had to do that because sometimes just going to us over and over and over again, it really takes a whole lot out of you. I hope that you'll be able to resolve it. And
Thank you.
but it's just well, I don't want to get too far out there because this is really wonderful.
I will never stop fighting until I get the black classification and until all the Nubians are reclassified as blacks.
Right.
I will never stop fighting.
What about, do you have another coalition or team that's working with you?
I have a lot of supporters who are helping me. I have a Facebook page and a Twitter account, and a lot of people are supporting me on Facebook. A lot of people are supporting me. I was on 5 radio programs in the last 3 months.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get on another radio program next week, right here in Detroit. The host contacted my Facebook page and said that I should be on his program, and I will. I
Right.
will.
And okay, let's take a few calls. Can we take
Okay,
a call?
sure.
Callers, if you would like to call in this morning, this is very rewarding this morning, and I hope Sylvia, please, I hope that you are online. I promise to get back with you. Callers, you'll have to make it brief. We are coming up to the top of the hour. This is very educational. This is very informative. He may have been able to take us to a level that we are not altogether knowledgeable of, but it is just wonderful. And I think in a case like this, this gentleman should be in a position where where you could take him all around the world and just share this information, because many of us we don't have the knowledge, we don't have this information. He has the documentation and not afraid to put himself on the front line. And we don't know that much about him, and we are not trying to profile him and put him up on a pedestal. But he just seemed to me that he has something to offer, my friend. Now, all right, let's go here. Callers, please make it brief. Now, I don't. Caller, talk to us this morning. How are you? Caller, are you there?
Good morning to both of you.
Good
Thank you.
morning.
Good morning.
This is a very, very interesting program. Been studying this for many years, and it's so refreshing, even though you're in a dilemma.
Right, we
So
just trying to get the door shut right now, my sister. We just want the door shut coming out of that room there, right? See if you could shut that door. No, out of the studio room. There, just pull it together if you would. Okay, yeah, just pull them on together if we could. All right. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, my friend. Go ahead.
To hear you speak on this specific topic, because even in your country, we've learned many years ago how the whites try to influence those of you that are coming over here and that who have come over here to have disdain for the Africans that are here and were born American blacks. So we are well aware, some of us, of your plight. I'm glad to hear that you do have some contact information you can share with us, because I have studied this along with Bobby Hemmett for a long time, and I'm very pleased that you're on today.
Thank you.
I wish you all the success.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, my friend. Thank you. What would you like to respond to that?
Thank you very much. I will fight to the end. The Egyptian Nubians will be reclassified as black people. The Egyptian Nubians will be reclassified as black people. I guarantee you that. I will never stop fighting.
And do you feel that I'm sensing this is a calling
Yes,
for you? It's a calling.
It is.
And I see the radiant glow in your countenance.
Thank you.
And it just, and we need more of that. I would just say, and
Thank you very much.
I want to get, of course, with the CEO of this station, Mr. R.J. Watkins, and like I say, I don't know you that well. You contacted me, man. You was like, if I could use the expression when I used to in the South, and I had my my rabid dogs, and wherever I was, if they turned my dogs loose, they would find me. I mean, I try to hide from because I didn't want to go hunting.
I
You know.
called you so many times.
Yeah, you call and you pursued me. I mean, you wore me down. It was, and I'm not using the category as a dog. You know, I'm just using it as an example. But when the and I said I got to do something with this man. You know. But I can say this morning I am so glad that. I stopped and I called you, and when I got into my office, I called you again. Let's go back to the phone line. To what I know now, our audience out there, and Mr. Watkins, I just want to get with Mr. Watkins. Have you got a chance to meet Mr. Watkins yet?
No.
I want you to get a chance to meet him, to sit down. He is the CEO, the owner of this station. See what you can work out, because we need this type of information here at WHBR and TV 33. And some of the stations that I read that you are on, I used to be a host on those stations, on those radio stations back in the day. Caller, talk to me. How are you this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, have you had genetic studies done? I mean, genetics will prove who you are. And then I would like to know, how can we help you? How can the public help you?
You can help me by doing two things. Call Congressman Conyers' office and tell him that we need a bill, but it's too late for the bill now, because the whole Congress is the Republicans now, and the Republicans will not support the black cause. I do not think so. And also, I have set up a fund for my legal defense and for the legal defense of the Nubians. It's GoFundMe, GoFundMe.com, under my name, Dr. Mostafa Hefny. M as in Mary, O as in Orange, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, A as in Apple, F as in Frank, A as in Apple. This is the first name. Last name Hefny, H as in Henry, E as in Edward, F as in Frank, N as in Nancy, Y as in Yellow. Thank you.
Did you get that, my friend?
Yes, I wish he would repeat it, but
I will
wish he
repeat
would
it.
go to the genetics, and they can prove that who he is. That's ridiculous. Thank you, dear. We'll go on there.
Okay. Yeah. The genetics, the DNA. Did they do a DNA sample?
No.
Why not? That should be.
Okay. And present it to the president?
Now the DNA, the doctors and all are doing a DNA, because if you got one drop of
correct,
black
this would help
blood,
me. You're right.
Yeah, black blood.
You're absolutely right. I'm going to talk about the one drop rule in a second.
Okay.
The one drop rule states that if you have one drop of black blood in your veins, you are black.
Mm-hmm.
The federal government adopted the one drop rule in 1860, around 1860.
Mm-hmm.
And with my kinky hair,
mm-hmm.
brown complexion,
mm-hmm.
and African features, I am sure that I have more than one drop of black blood in my veins. I am sure.
Yeah, put your hand up against my hand. Now you see that? I mean, yeah. This is what we're talking about.
Our faces. Look at our faces.
Yeah, look at our faces. You may be my long lost brother. You never know. All right, my friend. All right. Okay, Carlos. We are getting back. If you could stay with me just a little longer. I know we said 30 minutes, but I want to prolong this. We don't know how soon I can get you back. We would like for, and I want you to know also that everybody that's listening to me, he didn't come in here begging to get on the J.D. Hill show. He came in and paid for his time on this show. So when he called me, I told him exactly what we require here at this station. I would do the best that I could. And he said, no problem. And so I want everybody to know. It's just something about this gentleman that has attracted me to him.
Thank you.
All right. Carla, talk to me this morning. How are you?
Yes, I want to ask you, sir, have you tried the Jesse Jackson's coalition in Chicago?
I wrote to Jesse Jackson about 2 months ago. He did not respond.
He did not respond.
I wrote to Al Sharpton. I wrote to Reverend Al Sharpton 2 months ago. He did not respond either.
You're going to have to do it again. You're going to have to keep on trying, because what you have to say is very important.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm just surprised that they didn't do any testing on you, blood testing, because
Right.
I'm ready for it.
Excuse me.
I'm ready for the blood test.
They're trying to establish their DNA through DNA that black people are the beginning of the civilization of this world.
It
Okay?
is. They are.
I even seen that on PBS. I don't see what the problem would be in them giving you a test.
Correct.
Try, to make that clear that you are a black man.
Yes,
So,
you're right.
But I admire what you're doing, and I am going to speak to John Conyers to his
Thank you.
office about what you said. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Tell him that he is.
Oh,
Tell him that he was responsible for the black publicity the Democrats are gonna get before the presidential elections. He will be responsible for it.
Mm.
Okay, but I will be calling him.
Thank you.
Because I am one of his clients, his constituents. I'll say that in this district.
I live in his district. I live in his district.
You live in his district too.
Yes.
I'm going to call him though.
Thank you.
I'm surprised at what he said. And thank you so much.
Oh no,
You're
hold on just a minute, my friend. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now you know one thing, and you and I can talk. We're at the barber shop right now, and I'm just using that as an expression. But sometime you have to embarrass us to do the right thing. You know what I'm talking about? Because sometimes sometimes we pretend we are so busy doing nothing until we aren't doing anything. So that's an assignment that Mr. Stoffer, Dr. Stoffer and we are delegating to you. That's just one of your assignments, okay?
I will be. You'll see me on the
I want to add one more thing. I want to repeat one more thing that I said before. It is already established scientifically that humanity originated in Africa. It is already established scientifically that the black race is the oldest race and that the white race is the youngest. It is established scientifically that all races have evolved from the black race through mutation, gene flow, genetic drift, and recombination.
Right.
It's proven.
I know that. That's why I can't understand what they're trying to do.
All right, my friend.
That's a political move. There.
Exactly. You're right.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next caller. Caller, are you there? Talk to us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I want to say to the gentleman, you are a beautiful sight to see.
Thank you.
And you represent a lot of our history over there because Egypt is in Africa.
Correct.
They can fight you till the cows come home. They can't deny the fact that Egypt is in Africa. And a lot of people that's calling Egypt don't realize that a lot of our people were driven out the land in certain areas over there, and it's the reason why they're not plentiful in some places like they is others. And I think what would be a beautiful thing is that we march about a lot of things.
If they do what?
Our people are done wrong by the police. We march about certain things to get our way within civil rights, get attention on Washington. I think that it would be beautiful if we all could come together and get a march, get the Nubians.
Absolutely.
The Egyptian Nubians.
We are planning on it, ma'am.
And we march.
We are planning on it. The Nubians are going to march in Washington, D.C., and my African American supporters are going to march right here in Detroit. I have a lot of support in Detroit also.
You got that, Sylvia?
Yes, and I also want to ask him this. Do you all have a legal fund set up? Because a lot of us that's able to donate to your defense, I would love to donate.
Thank you very much.
Your fight is our fight.
Thank you. It's called GoFundMe.com under my name, Dr.
Okay. When I get off the phone, go over it, okay? I can't write and talk with you at the same time.
Okay. Thank you, Sylvia.
But J.D. Hill, you got to give him back again. He is so educational.
Okay.
I would love to hear him teach us a lot about our history over there.
I'll do my best. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. And callers, once again, get your pen, get your paper, and we're talking about the legal fund. And here's another thing that we also must realize, that when we talk about the contributions, if you make up in your mind that, of course, that you want to sponsor Dr. Mostafa here at WHPR and TV 33. That's a way of also helping to get his information out. Because with the information that he has, all we got to do is just show him the phones. He doesn't need me here with him. He can just continue to disseminate this information that's conducive for the elevation of our young people, middle age and advanced in age. Sometimes we just don't know that we don't know. And God has sometime, bring somebody from another part of the world that we are not familiar with, and to share this information. And I like, to the point that we are not here trying to use this as a racial, a racist, because we don't have the type of capital to do that. So we want all of our white listeners and everybody, you tune on in. So if you have some rebuttal, you want to share some information, you are welcome to call here at 868-0342, 868-0351, and 868-4336. We are going back to the phone lines. Is there something that has penetrated your mind that's urgent that you want to get out right now before we go back to the line?
I think one way for raising funds would be speaking publicly.
Mm-hmm.
I am available to speak on any subject related to ancient Egyptian history, culture, my struggle, for a small fee, for a donation, not even a fee, for a donation. I will pass a basket around, and collect donations.
All right. We like that. And I don't want to get into this religious thing, but I just, wish to God that the pastors, those who wear that title as a pastor, a minister, that has these churches on Sunday mornings, it would be just so wonderful to have Dr. Mostafa to come there to share the information, to educate the congregation. But I know, that speaking to you is the reason why we are where we are now.
That's an excellent idea. I am available to speak at the churches. I am available to speak at especially black churches.
Yeah, right. All right, Doc. Let's go back to the phone lines, okay? Carla, talk to me quickly. How are you?
Yeah, I think he's an example of why we need African-centered education. And when EEAA or EEA, whatever they call themselves, talk about Teach America, what are they teaching? They're trying to tell us that he's not a black man? Mm-hmm. See, most of these people that's talking about Teach America, they don't know what America really is about themselves. Mm. America is supposed to be about the truth, and they're talking about he's white. I mean, how much sense does that make?
All right.
You're right.
But I think he's a good example of why we need African-centered education.
You're right, sir. I support African-centered education 100%.
All right. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Caller, talk to us this morning. How are you?
Oh, good. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. My birth certificate say I'm white, but I know I'm black. And I went out to Herman Kiefer to change it. And this right here was been hard. This right here been about 40 years ago. And they say, well, if it's been like that all this time, don't even worry about it. And I'm not. And I want to know why come that you, now, if you go to fill out your papers, all you have to do is put down you black. So everybody know you black. So what is the confusion about?
What's the question?
So why are you complaining? If everywhere you go, people know that you black, and you fill out your papers, you just put down that you black. So what's the problem?
She said, wherever you go and you fill out papers, you put down there that you're black, they accept that.
I do that.
Right.
Ma'am, I do that, ma'am. But I got fired 5 times because I said that I am black. Initial S told me if you ever said that you're black again, no one will hire you, and if hired, you'll be running from one job to the other for the rest of your life. They followed up on the threats, ma'am, and I got fired 5 times because I kept saying that I'm black. I am proud of being black.
But see, what it is, see, no, hello,
Yes.
JD, what it is what you thinking they find you because of that. Maybe they find you because of other reasons. Ain't nobody find you because you said that you black, you don't want to be white. That's foolish shit. That's why you ain't getting no answers from nobody. You right too. That's a bunch of foolishness what you talking.
All right, you put it out there. You put it out there.
Okay.
All right. Now let's go to the next. Carla, talk to us this morning. How are you?
Yes, I need contact information from the doctor, and would you repeat the spelling of your name?
The spelling of my name is first name Mustafa, M as in Mary, O as in Orange, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, A as in Apple, F as in Frank, A as in Apple. My last name is Hefny, H as in Henry, E as in Edward, F as in Frank, N as in Nancy, Y as in yellow.
And your contact phone numbers.
You can call me at 313-878-2076.
You got it, ma'am?
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Mostafa, it has been just a pleasure having you here. What inspired you, and I know we're going to close on, what inspired you to leave your homeland to come to America?
Better economic opportunity.
Better, okay.
Everybody comes here for better economic opportunity.
Sure.
Or running from religious persecution.
Okay.
One of the 2 reasons.
One of the 2 reasons.
Yes.
Okay.
I came for better economic opportunities.
Okay. And how are you basically surviving now, maintaining yourself?
I am on Social Security and I collect a small pension. I collect a small Social Security and a small pension because I worked for 10.5 years.
Yes.
And then I was on disability for 10 years.
Okay.
And I started working when I was like 31. I came from Egypt when I was 28.
Okay.
Yes.
What about, is there any, I know with your scholarly mind, what about any type of vocational trades, or did you have any of those that you could put to work?
I'm not going to look for employment now,
right?
Because I'm focusing on the struggle.
I understand
it's
that.
taking all my time.
Yes,
all day long I am writing
right.
letters and getting letters typed and calling people. All day long.
Okay.
I will never stop fighting
Okay.
until I get the black classification, until all the Egyptian Nubians are classified as blacks.
Okay. So it's not about you, as the caller was just calling in. So this goes farther than you. You are for the entire Nubian.
Correct.
Okay, I understand it. Let's take another call quickly. Caller, talk to us this morning. How are you?
Yes, still fine.
Okay,
I'd like to ask the professor, with the means of communication developing so that it's seemingly wiping out nation state. In other words, we seem to be moving toward a world where we would not have nations, and what good is it to kind of hold on against that type of development for the neutral? What is it politically or economically? Because I'm like the other caller, I don't see any sense in this, because the world is moving globally, and the means of communication is wiping out nation states. You got international organizations that's doing away with the laws in Congress.
Okay.
And that's in Egypt and everywhere in the world. So what is the significance of holding on to that history with this type of development we see going on in the world now?
All right, you put it out there. Hold on just a second.
Would you summarize it, please, for me?
Summarize it real quick. What is it? In other words, what is the essence of what you are pursuing? You see that the world is going on global, and when you talk about you just want to make sure that you are classified as a black man, your race is classified, and the world is moving on. Why waste time?
Pride, racial pride, and black heritage. pride of my black heritage. We have contributed to humanity a lot, and we want this to be recognized.
Okay.
Not stolen from us.
All right. Yeah, some of us haven't lost our minds yet, so we're still trying to resurrect what I often refer to as a dead people.
I want a DVD of this show, please.
Yeah. My producer, don't forget the DVD. And he will be the one. Okay. Callers, I know that now you got to make it quick because I got to clear on out of here, and I don't know how. Look at your lines now. See, your lines are all full.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a good thing. Caller, make it quick. How are you? Caller,
peace and love.
Make it quick. How are you?
Hello, peace and love. I remember when Shirley Chisholm went to South Africa and they made her honorary white.
Okay.
From that time on, I've been following this type of knowledge.
Okay. Thank you, my friend.
Shirley Chisholm made her honorary white.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Caller, talk to us this morning. How are you?
Is that me?
Yes, quickly.
Obviously, people don't understand what white supremacy means. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Caller, talk to me quickly. How are you?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
My
question is, if you know you're black and you say you're black, what difference does it make what someone else says?
All right. You put it out there. And see, a lot of people don't realize that this goes beyond you.
Correct.
If it was just you could say, okay, this is it.
Correct.
Correct. But you're looking at a generation, not only this generation, but the generation that's coming on.
Correct.
And knowledge is power.
Correct.
And a people without knowledge will perish, and we are perishing as a result of
Correct. When our children go to school, and they are told that black people have not achieved anything,
there you are.
You want them to be prepared to respond, to say no, they have done this and this and this and that.
Right.
This is the reason I'm fighting this.
Okay, now, Doctor, we are going to get ready and transition out of here with your segment. It's been a pleasure having you here this morning. I would like for you to call me. We can set it up again.
Thank you, I will.
So that we can do this over and over again. I feel that the information that you brought to us this morning is very needed. And we got to always understand, Dr. Mostafa, there are some of us that's unreachable. And we hope that we can reach them. But as I often say, some of us, you got to give back to Pharaoh. And you know who Pharaoh was when Moses went down in Egypt and let my people go.
Correct.
A lot of them started out with Pharaoh, but when the journey got rough and when they really saw that to get out here is a responsibility, which you know yourself is a responsibility, a lot of them said, no, I'm going back to Pharaoh. And so as a result, now when you come on the air, we know that we got to be thick-skinned. We got to know what time it is. We got to know who we are dealing with. And some of us just let them go back to Pharaoh. But I just want to applaud you this morning for those of us who have made that transition. And we can see the mountaintop, and we are not going to stop until we get there because it's our mountaintop.
Amen.
And so closing remarks, Dr. Mostafa.
I need your support. I need funds for the class action lawsuit. I am thinking of hiring attorney Jeffrey Feiger. He is the best attorney in the state of Michigan. And I need financial support. Please do that.
Okay. All right, my producer, you heard it from Dr. Mostafa this morning. Dr. Mostafa this morning. He's been my guest, and it's just been an honor having you here. So, my producer, if we are ready to transition out of here, then we will transition.
You're watching W33BY, right, Detroit, Highland Park, Michigan.
Yes, sir.
He has my DVD.
The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of W33BY, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.